Mike. 54. Too low, Captain. Hey, switch gears. Three.
On first down, done. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, it's done. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and run for it, and he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
And a Buccaneer first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
In your face. Rush in.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Three. That's Mike's 54. Got one.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They'll try to throw now. Mariota flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Third and long here for Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
58 to Mike, 58. That's it. Here we go. Set up.
McSorley, 1st and 10. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the slack.
Gurley. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a draw play for Gurley. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58 Mike.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase it.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Alert flare.
They'll run on 1st down. Done. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mariota looking downfield for Godwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Looking downfield for Godwin. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. On 2nd down now. It's done. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. The kick by Carlson is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Second and 10, it's McSorley. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Come on, set. 18 gainer. Mike, squeeze, double. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50. Yeah. 53. Stop your whining. Check. Let it go.
Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. He gets it to Gurley, complete. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Well, you think he loved the protection he had there all kinds of time.
And you're so right. How could you not love that? Great protection. The big guys up front really locked in on it. No one gets near the quarterback. He's got all the time in the world to survey the field and deliver for a first down.
And the big boys up front, a big reason why they're also winning, too. On first down, it's Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check. Lucky.
On third down, it's Anderson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
A first down throw for Mariota. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards. Mariota now going for it all. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
On second down, Mariota again, looking for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this from 43. Carlson able to put this one through. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Watch the screen.
Here's McSorley to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. 3rd down here.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. McSorley from the shotgun. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Mike. Watch the curve. One. Check 3. Check 4. Slam.
And they give this time to the tailback. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Hand read. Check 53's Mike. Come on. You better bring it. Come on.
Throwing on 2nd down, McSorley. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
On 1st down, done. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. On the carry, it's Logan. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Jump, 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 jump.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on fourth and goal. Mariota to throw for it on fourth. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now McSorley. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, McSorley. And he fires one incomplete.
Just work with me a second here because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, here we go.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
3rd and 7.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Gurley. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because
this is taken in. It's complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Another carry now for Gurley. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
25, check 25, 25.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
53 the mic. 53.
Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. I'm coming for you, son. Come on. Ooh. Let's go.
Now Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Today's final score, Falcons 16, Buccaneers 13.